My son, listen to me. I am calling you right now because time is moving faster than you realize. Do not brush this off. Do not tell yourself you will come back to this later. Later is the lie that steals destiny. I am speaking to you in this very moment because something matters more than your comfort, more than your routine, more than the excuses you have been repeating to yourself. This is not just another message. This is a warning wrapped in love, a wake-up call spoken by a father who sees the clock even when his child refuses to look. You feel it, don't you? That quiet pressure in your spirit, that sense that something is unfinished, that knowing that days are passing but movement is slow. I am not saying this to condemn you. I am saying this because I love you too much to let you sleep through a turning point. My son, you are running against time, whether you admit it or not. Every breath you take is a gift, and gifts are not meant to be wasted. I know how easy it is to delay. I know how convincing fear can sound. I know how comfort whispers, "Not today." But hear me clearly. Not today becomes not ever if you are not careful. I did not bring you this far for you to stall at the edge of purpose. I did not preserve you through seasons of pain just so you could stand still now. There are doors opening and closing in ways you cannot see, and obedience is the key that must be used while the lock is still warm. My son, do not skip this message. Do not scroll past this moment. I arranged this encounter because someone else also needs to hear what you are hearing, and your response matters. As you listen, I want you to act in faith right now. Like the video, comment with expectation. Share this with 3 people who need a wake-up call, and hype this message so it reaches the hearts I am trying to warn and awaken. Subscribe, not out of habit, but because obedience spreads light further than silence ever could. This is not about pressure. This is about alignment. Time is not your enemy, but it will not wait for indecision. I am not rushing you in fear. I am urging you in love. There is a difference. I am inviting you to move while grace is speaking clearly, while your heart is still sensitive, while your spirit still responds to my voice. You have told yourself you still have time. You have assumed tomorrow will look like today. But my son, tomorrow is not promised the way you think it is. Opportunity does not announce its final visit. Purpose does not beg. It waits for obedience, and then it moves on. Listen to me now. So your thoughts. Open your heart. This message is the beginning of movement, not the end of comfort. I am not here to scare you. I am here to guide you. But guidance requires attention, and attention requires urgency. Stay with me. What I am about to reveal will make sense of the tension you've been feeling. This is only the beginning. My son, I see you. Not the version of you that others applaud, not the image you present to stay strong, but the real you, the one who feels the weight of time pressing against your chest. I know the nights when your thoughts keep circling, reminding you of what you meant to do, what you promised yourself you would start, what you delayed again. You have wondered if you missed your moment. You have questioned whether I am still patient with you. Let me answer you clearly. I have never taken my eyes off you. I know the season you are in. I know how distracted you felt, how tired your spirit has become, how motivation comes in waves and disappears just as fast. I see how you try to move forward but feel pulled back by fear, by responsibility, by the comfort of what is familiar. I know how overwhelming it feels to carry purpose while still carrying wounds. You have told yourself, no one notices this battle, but I do. I always have. My son, I recognize the effort you make even when it looks small to others. I see the prayers you start, but don't know how to finish. I see the moments when you choose silence instead of surrender because you're unsure if you still deserve answers. Hear me now. Your uncertainty has not disqualified you. Your struggle has not erased your calling. Your delays have not erased my plans. You are not weak because you feel pressure. You are not failing because you feel behind. What you are feeling is awareness. Your spirit responding to purpose knocking from the inside. That restlessness is not confusion. It is recognition. Something in you knows there is more, and that knowing comes from me. I know you have compared yourself to others. I know you've watched time pass and wondered why their paths seem clearer, their steps more confident. But my son, I never measure you against anyone else. I measure you against the design I placed within you before you ever knew fear or doubt. Your timeline is not broken. It has simply been waiting for your agreement. I know the weight of regret you carry. I know the quiet guilt you try to ignore. I know the moments when you tell yourself you should be further by now. But listen closely. Shame is not my voice. Condemnation is not my language. If I am speaking to you now, it is because I still see movement ahead, not because I am disappointed in what's behind. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not late in my eyes. I'm aware of every tear, every hesitation, every moment you almost gave up. And still, I am here, speaking gently but clearly, because you matter to me. My son, I am not calling you out. I am calling you forward. I am not exposing your struggle. I am acknowledging it so healing can begin. Let your heart rest in this truth. I see you fully, and I am still choosing to speak to you. That alone should remind you that your story is far from finished. My son, hear this truth carefully, because it will shift the way you see everything. Time is not chasing you to punish you, and it is not your enemy. Time is a gift I entrusted to you, and every gift requires stewardship. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It is meant to awaken you. I did not design time to frighten you, but I did design it to reveal what matters. When you ignore it, you drift. When you honor it, you grow. You have believed the lie that waiting always equals wisdom. Sometimes waiting is obedience, yes, but sometimes waiting is fear wearing a calm face. Delay does not always mean rest. There are moments when delay quietly robs you of momentum, clarity, and courage. I am patient with you, my son, but patience should never be confused with permission to remain still when I am calling you to move. Another lie you have believed is that there will always be a later. Later is not guaranteed the way you think it is. Opportunity does not knock forever. Seasons shift. Windows close. Not because I am cruel, but because growth requires response. When I prompt your spirit and you ignore it long enough, sensitivity fades. That is why I speak now, while your heart can still feel, while your spirit still recognizes my voice. Understand this. I am not asking you to rush in panic. I'm asking you to respond in obedience. There is a difference. Hate comes from fear of loss. Obedience comes from trust in me. When I say move, it is because grace is present for that step. When I say act, it is because provision has already gone ahead of you. You have thought, I'll get serious when things settle. But my son, life does not settle before obedience. Obedience settles life. Clarity does not come before movement. It follows it. I reveal the next step when you honor the current one. That is how trust is built between a father and his child. Time is not meant to be feared, but it must be respected. I redeem time when you surrender it to me. But I do not bless indifference. What I am revealing to you now is simple and true. Awareness is mercy. This urgency you feel is proof that I am still working with you, not done with you. Respond to it. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for willingness. Do not harden your heart by saying one day. Let today become your answer to me. Now listen closely, my son, because this moment matters beyond you. When you respond, others are reached. When you obey, light travels further than you can see. My child, this is where your obedience becomes a river, not just for you, but for many. As I have spoken to you about time and response, I am also opening a way for you to help this word reach souls who are still asleep. I say to you, whoever sows generously will also reap generously. And I am speaking that life into you right now. This is me inviting you. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, linked in the description and shown by QR code, you are sowing seed into light, into fire, into awakening hearts. Do not delay when your spirit feels the pull. Act now, and I will bless your obedience, multiply your seed, and cause your giving to echo in lives you may never meet. Obey me, and release this seed today. My son, because I love you, I must speak to you honestly. Love but not stay silent when direction is needed. I am not correcting you to shame you. I am correcting you to protect what I placed inside you. There are habits you have allowed to stay too long. There are patterns of delay you have normalized. And there are moments when you knew I was prompting you, yet you chose comfort instead of courage. Hear me carefully. Mercy is not permission to remain unchanged. My patience is not approval of disobedience. I have been gentle with you, yes, but gentleness does not cancel responsibility. You cannot keep asking me to bless what you refuse to surrender. I am not harsh, but I am clear. Some of the frustration you feel is not attack. It is resistance between where you are and where you know you should be. You have told yourself that you will move when you feel ready. But readiness does not come from feeling, it comes from trust. You do not wait to feel strong before you stand. You stand, and strength meets you there. I have watched you delay because you fear failure, fear exposure, fear getting it wrong. But fear is not wisdom, and avoidance is not peace. My son, there are distractions you need to confront. Not everything that feels urgent is important. Not everything that occupies your time deserves your attention. You have been saying yes to things that drain you and no to things that would grow you. That must change. If you do not guard your time, it will be taken from you piece by piece until purpose feels heavy instead of holy. I say this with love. Stop blaming the past for what requires action now. I have already forgiven you. I am not holding yesterday against you. But you cannot live facing backward and still walk forward with clarity. Let go of the excuse that says this is just how I am. Growth is part of your calling. You also must stop waiting for signs you have already been given. I have spoken to you more clearly than you admit. You felt the conviction. You sensed the nudge. You recognized the moment. When you delay response, confusion increases. When you respond, peace follows. That is how you will know my will. I am not asking you to fix everything at once. I am asking you to stop resisting the first step. Correction is not rejection. It is proof that I am invested in you. If I were silent, that would be cause for concern. But I am speaking because I am still shaping you. My son, discipline is not punishment. It is alignment. When you bring your habits under my guidance, life becomes lighter, not heavier. When you choose obedience, clarity replaces chaos. I am redirecting you now so you do not lose more time to cycles that do not serve your calling. Receive this correction with humility, not heaviness. I am not angry with you. I am guiding you. And if you listen, this redirection will save you years of regret. Trust me enough to change. I am walking with you, but you must be willing to follow. My son, lift your head. I know the weight you have been carrying, and I know how easy it is to let correction feel like failure. But hear me clearly now, you are not too late. You have not ruined your future. You have not exhausted my grace. If you were beyond hope, I would not still be speaking to you with such care. The fact that you are hearing my voice right now is proof that restoration is still unfolding. I want you to release the shame you have been holding on to. Shame weakens your steps and clouds your vision. It tells you that you should hide when I am calling you to stand. I do not strengthen my children by reminding them of their mistakes. I strengthen them by reminding them of who they are to me. You are my son, not my disappointment. You are still chosen, still called, still capable of walking forward with purpose. You have been telling yourself that you need to catch up, that you are behind, that others are further ahead. Let me correct that gently. I am not measuring you by speed. I am measuring you by surrender. When you walk with me, even delayed steps are redeemed. I can do more with one obedient step than you can do with years of anxious striving. I know you feel tired. I know motivation had been inconsistent. I know you have wondered where your strength went. The strength did come from prayer, it comes from Canadian. When you lean into me instead of leaning on yourself, you will find energy where you thought there was none. I renew strength quietly, steadily, faithfully. My son, you are not walking alone. I am not watching from a distance, waiting to see if you succeed. I am beside you, guiding your pace, steadying your steps. Even when you feel unsure, I am sure. Even when your confidence wavers, mine does not. Let that truth settle into your heart. I also want you to know this. Progress does not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like consistency. Sometimes it feels like choosing again when you want to quit. Do not despise small obedience. Seeds grow in silence long before they break the surface. What you are doing now matters more than you realize. You have strength because I am with you. You have hope because I am ahead of you. You have peace available because you no longer need to outrun fear. You can walk with trust. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to be faithful. My son, breathe. Let your shoulders relax. The road ahead is not as heavy as your mind has made it. I will not ask you to take a step without supplying what you need to take it. My grace meets you at the point of obedience, not perfection. You are still in the story. You are still moving forward. And I am still your Father, strengthening you with patience, guiding you with love, and reminding you that you are capable, because you are not doing this alone. My son, I want you to hold this truth close, because it will steady you when doubt tries to return. I am a God who redeems time. What feels lost to you is not lost to me. I do not waste seasons, and I do not abandon my plans because of human delay. When you place your trust back into my hands, I have the power to restore what you thought slipped away forever. I promise you this. Obedience invites acceleration. When you choose to move with me, I compress what seemed long and stretch what seemed small. I can do in moments what you believed would take years. Do not underestimate my ability to redeem what you surrender. Your past does not define the ceiling of your future. My promise does. You have worried that your mistakes disqualified you from receiving good things. That is not my truth. I do not punish my children by withholding purpose. I refine them by walking them through it. Even what you regret has taught you something you will need for what is ahead. Nothing in your life has been wasted when it is placed in my care. I assure you that you are not alone in this next season. I will guide your decisions. I will steady your emotions. I will give you clarity when confusion tries to return. When you seek me, I respond. When you ask for wisdom, I provide it generously. You will not have to guess your way forward. Trust my timing, even as you move with urgency. Those two are not opposites. Urgency keeps your heart responsive. Trust keeps your spirit at peace. I am teaching you how to walk with awareness without anxiety. Let me set the pace. My son, I promise provision for what I ask of you. I will not send you where my grace cannot sustain you. If I call you to begin, I will supply endurance. If I call you to change, I will give you courage. If I call you to let go, I will replace what is lost with what is better suited for you. I also promise this: when you stumble, I will not leave you. Growth includes learning, and learning includes missteps. Do not let fear of imperfection keep you from moving. I am faithful even when your steps feel uncertain. What matters is that you keep turning toward me. I want you to rest in this assurance. Your future is not fragile. It is held by me. You do not need to rush ahead and panic, and you do not need to stay frozen in fear. Walk with me, step by step, trusting that I see the whole path even when you only see the next few feet. My son, my promises are not empty words. They are living truth. As you move forward, remember this: I am with you, I am for you, and I am already working in ways you cannot yet see. What I have begun in you, I will complete. Stay close to me, and let my assurance quiet every doubt. My son, this is the moment where listening must turn into movement. Not tomorrow, not when everything feels clearer, not when fear finally goes silent. Fear rarely goes silent on its own. It loses its power when you move despite it. I am calling you now because delay has already taken enough from you. This moment is not accidental. It is an invitation. You have felt the stirring in your spirit while listening. That pull is not emotion. It is direction. When I speak, response matters. Do not let this become another moment where truth passes through you without changing you. I am not asking you to do everything at once. I am asking you to choose obedience now, in the place where you are standing. Take the step you already know you need to take. The one you keep postponing. The conversation you keep avoiding. The habit you know must change. The prayer you have delayed because you were afraid of what surrender might cost. My son, obedience always costs something, but disobedience costs more, and it costs quietly. I am not asking you to feel brave. Courage is not a feeling. It is a decision. Faith is not comfort. It is trust in motion. When you move, I move with you. When you step out, grace meets your feet. I do not reveal the entire path because I want relationship, not control. I want you walking with me, not running ahead of me or hiding behind fear. Pray now, not with perfect words, but with honesty. Speak to me about what you are holding back. I already know, but confession opens the door for freedom. Tell me where you are tired. Tell me where you are afraid of failing again. I am not disappointed by your honesty. I am drawn to it. My son, stop waiting for permission from people who cannot see what I placed inside you. Stop shrinking your obedience to keep others comfortable. Your calling was never meant to be approved by everyone. It was meant to be obeyed by you. When you choose me, I will handle what follows. Let this be the moment you decide that procrastination will no longer lead you. Let this be the moment you choose discipline over distraction, faith over fear, movement over delay. You do not need to feel ready. Readiness comes after obedience, not before it. I am not rushing you, but I am merging you. Urgency does not mean chaos. It means clarity. You know what you must do next. Do not talk yourself out of it again. Do not promise yourself you will start tomorrow. Tomorrow has been the thief of too many assignments. My son, rise in your spirit. Choose today. Choose alignment. Choose to act while grace is present and your heart is still responsive. This is the activation moment where faith stops being an idea and becomes a step. Move now. I am with you. I will strengthen you as you go. And when you look back, you will realize this was the moment everything began to shift. My son, breathe now. Let your heart be still in my presence. You have heard my voice, not to overwhelm you, but to realign you. This message was not meant to rush you into panic. It was meant to lead you into purpose. I have not spoken to you to burden you with pressure, but to release you from delay. What you felt as urgency was my love refusing to let you drift any longer. Remember this. You are not running alone. I walk beside you. Every step you take toward obedience, I steady you. Every time you choose faith over fear, I strengthen you. You are not behind in my eyes. You are right where grace can still meet you. Peace does not come from having everything figured out. It comes from trusting the one who already has. Let this truth settle deeply within you. Time is no longer something you fear. It is something you steward with me. Your future is not fragile. It is secure in my hands. As you move forward, do not carry yesterday's weight with you. I have already forgiven, already restored, already prepared what you need for what lies ahead. I want you to walk away from this moment with calm confidence. You do not need to rush, and you do not need to stall. Walk steadily. Walk obediently. Walk with me. When doubt whispers again, return to what you know. I am faithful, I am present, and I am guiding you step by step. Now, my son, I ask you to act once more, not out of habit, but out of purpose. Like this message as a declaration that you received it. Comment to seal what I spoke into your heart. Share this with 3 people who are also running against time and need this awakening. Hype this message so it reaches those I am calling but have not yet listened. Subscribe so you remain connected to what I am doing through this channel. When you obey in small acts, light travels further than you can imagine. As we close, hear me one last time in this moment. Peace is not the absence of movement. It is movement with me. You are not late. You are awakening. You are not behind. You are aligning. And I will walk with you into everything I promised. My child, this message does not end here. It must flow outward. As you step into obedience, I am also calling you to help this word reach souls who are still asleep. I say to you, give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over, and I am speaking that blessing over you now. This is me inviting you again. When you support this mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, linked in the description, and shown as a QR code in this video, you are sowing into living water that reaches hearts across the world. Do not hesitate when your spirit feels the pull. Act now. Release your seed. I bless your giving, I multiply it, and I cause it to return to you in ways only I can. Obey me, and let this light keep spreading.